What's good, family? What's good, family? It's your boy, Demond up in the building. We Talk Hawks TV. We Talk Hawks daily. Back at you. We got a new thing going on up here, man. Um, we just hit 1,000 subscribers. So, what I want to do is introduce y'all to our everyday panelists who you see up here talking Hawks. We going back and forth with each other about how the Hawks gonna win. What should we do? What shouldn't we be doing? So we're gonna start shining the spotlight on our day ones who come up here all the time. Okay, so we're gonna start off with our special guest today. We know him as Mikey. Okay, y'all might have seen him. He's on other YouTube channels. He's on I seen him on Georgia Sports Nation channel. He has his own YouTube channel also. He covers the Hawks. He talks Braves. He talks Falcons football. But up here, we talk Hawks up here, baby. You know what I'm saying? So let me bring on our special guest today. What's good, Mikey? How you doing, homie?
Doing well. How about you, Damon? Ready for this exciting off season to really get going.
Yep, I'm ready to see the old same people come right back here, and we're gonna do the same thing. Get our 40, 45 wins, first, second round, go home. Y'all know how that go. But we're gonna be on a luxury tax again, probably. But so let's go and get started. So, Mikey, go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself, man. Where you from? How you became a Hawks fan, man?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Atlanta, about 15, 20 minutes outside the city, near Sandy Springs ish. I've been really an Atlanta fan throughout my entire life. My family's always been a baseball family, which is interesting because for generations, really, going back to my great grandfather, even my grandfather was actually scouted by the Dodgers when they were still in New York, which is pretty cool. He didn't make the team, obviously, but but me and my brother right now, we're the first generation really to get into basketball. It also started really when I was little. I like the hometown teams. Obviously, been a huge Braves fan my entire life. So I was trying to get into a basketball team to like, and the Hawks were right here in Atlanta. And I went to a Hawks basketball camp around when I was 9 years old. And from then on, I met a Hawks player there. I believe it was Lou Williams. And from then on, really, I've been a diehard Hawks fan. So since really the 2008-09 season, I think, was really the first season I really paid attention to it a lot. And then from then on, it's been every year since then.
Okay, so you've been rolling. You started rolling with us right when we went and got drafted Al Horford, 3 overall. Shout out Al Horford getting eliminated last night. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there, bro.
Cool.
So you said you went to a Hawks basketball camp. Now, we've been discussing influence that players can have when they getting out in the community. So, in your opinion, Hawks players doing basketball camps, doing meet and greets, do you think that helps with the Atlanta Hawks building a bigger, more dedicated fan base?
Yeah, for sure. Their brand, the Atlanta Hawks brand, is true to Atlanta. So when you've got people going from Atlanta to different parts of the city, even different parts of the state, yes, their brand is true to Atlanta, but you can even expand that to the entire state. When you're going to different cities, when you're traveling far to North Georgia, South Georgia, West Georgia, East Georgia, wherever you go, I see a lot of Hawks players going to different camps. Like I mentioned before, Lou Williams spoke at mine. Mm-hmm. I've seen there's events during the summer and also giveaways. They go to different schools and with charities and stuff. The Hawks do a lot of that with Atlanta. So I think they really embody that motto, true to Atlanta, really well. And I think that as far as supporting their community, the owners and the whole organization, I think, do a lot of work. No matter what you say about, with the owners and the luxury tax and the salaries for the players, Tony Russell and Jamie Gertz, I think they do an excellent job running the organization as far as getting fans to go with it and just having a good reputation from other organizations and fans across the league.
Hey, I feel you on that, man. Because I'm not from Atlanta. I don't live in Atlanta, so hearing stuff like that, because I'm all about having more Hawks fans. It's hard to find Hawks fans
Yeah.
outside of the state of Georgia. So, I mean, with you speaking on that and mentioning those things, I would tip my cap to Tony Wrestler. They do get out in the community.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the basketball court they built a couple years ago under Tony Wrestler, I believe. We got the Dominique statue, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be off by a year or two, but I believe the Neek statue went up under Tony Wrestler. Okay, so with you being a Hawks fan, I like to say BT before Trey. Okay, give me your favorite memory as a Hawks fan before Trey Young was drafted here. Then give me your favorite Hawks memory with Trey Young in the organization.
Gotcha. So before Trey, I think I'm gonna go with, and this is a specific memory, but this is a regular season game against the Bucks. This is in the 2014-2015 season when we rattled off that 60-win season.
Oh,
Kyle Korver goes off for 4 3-pointers on 4 consecutive possessions against the Bucks, and I think that game, that moment, honestly, that's the moment where I can tell myself, wow, I really want to be good at this game. I want to get better. Obviously, I'm not trying to make a professional career out of basketball, but I remember that play, that game, as being the game where I was like, okay, I want to be a good basketball player. I'm going to continue to try and get better at the game, in which I try to play throughout when I was in high school and college and intramural teams and all that stuff. So that's probably my favorite game memory before Trey.
Definitely could have used Kyle Korver this season.
Yes. And then after Trey.
So give me your memory with Trey Young on the Hawks.
I think a lot of people are going to say this one, but with Trey, I think it's got to be game 1 against the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals run season.
Tough.
Because I remember that was the first time when the Hawks, with an established superstar going into the playoffs, we had a guy that we knew we could trust in clutch situations. Trey in the playoffs takes his fourth quarter execution to a whole nother level than the regular season.
Tough.
And that to me, it was how I knew I think we had something special going, because that was a hostile environment. We knew Trey had a good regular season versus the Knicks, but what he did in that series and that rest of that playoff run really was amazing. So I think that's got to be what lit the fire under me as far as having fun throughout the entire playoff run.
That's definitely gonna be up there. That's definitely gonna be up there, because after that game, bro, that's when I started calling him a young legend. I was like, this dude's a young legend, bro. And to add to that, Mikey, we was the lower seed, and the Knicks had all the hype going on behind them. Nobody thought we was even gonna win the series, much less win. I think we won 3, at least 2 on the road. I know that much. We beat them in Madison Square Garden at least twice.
Yep, we did twice. Because we won game 1, and then we won the closeout game in game 5.
Tough. Shout out Clint Capella for saying we was gonna go up there and end them too. I remember that. Okay, so now let's get a little bit more personal, Mikey. So let's talk about a little bit of your current status and a little bit of your past. What are you doing? That's basketball related or just professional related? What does Mikey have going on in his career, past and current?
Well, so I'll go in sequential order here. Start with the past. So really my first kind of professional experience, or not professional experience, but experience with the Hawks or any basketball related material was an internship with the Hawks in summer of 2021. It was the True to League Summer League experience where I got to talk with different executives, different people from the branches. So from the PR marketing department to financials to Steve Koonin, the CEO, to just all different people, even down to the security guards and event planning. So even just stuff from State Farm Arena, not just Hawks. So I think really that just got me more invested in the organization, wanted to follow it more. And the Atlanta Hawks, that internship was a great experience because it allowed me to kind of figure out what I wanted to do as far as a backup career. And I'll segue into that. I want to be a broadcast journalist or sports journalist, writing for the NBA or the MLB. And with me working for a team, getting paid by a team that I want to cover when I got older, I think was an awesome experience. It got me knowing how to do a little bit of PR as well, because we wrote press releases and different things in the internship. So that was huge for me. So I think that was my first kind of experience that I got into writing sports writing material. So that was an awesome experience.
That's what's up. Hey, Atlanta Hawks, y'all hear that, right? We need a beat writer that's an actual Hawks fan. You got one right. You got one right here. Get him.
Yes, sir.
Get him.
The right. Or go ahead.
Okay. So now what do you have going on now, and what you got going on in the future?
So right now, I'm the host of Georgia Sports Nation, where we talk majority Braves and Hawks. No, even when the season's not going like the Hawks are right now, we talk about some trade rumors, free agency, any news that comes up. So if you like Braves and Hawks content, make sure to go check us out at Georgia Sports Nation. Big Ant, Blackberry, OG Truth, they're regulars on there. So we got a good crew over there talking Hawks and Braves. But right now,
that's on YouTube, correct?
Yes, it's on YouTube under Georgia Sports Nation. You can also watch it on my YouTube channel, Recapping Hawks Hoops as well. It's streamed there. Right now, I'm a writer for Hawks Fan TV. If you're a Hawks fan on Twitter, I'm sure you've heard of us. We host spaces. Alex really, Hawks Fan TV is the main guy that'll host those spaces. But I'm a writer. I write some recaps for the games. I'll also do different feature articles on players. Actually, this summer, in a few days, we'll have some free agent and draft content coming out for you guys. So make sure to go check that out once it does get published on hawksfantv.com. But yeah, that's and I have a huge thanks to HFTV as well for giving me the opportunity to write for them, because this is literally what I want to do. I'm reporting, I'm writing on my favorite team in basketball. That's what I'd want to do for my career, and so it's given me great experience and great freelance work to try and really hone in my skills for journalism.
Salute the Hawks Fan TV, man, on Twitter. If y'all not following them, they're the biggest Hawks Twitter. What's it called? Twitter handle? Account. Yeah, that's the biggest Hawks Twitter account out there, family. So if you're a Hawks fan, you definitely need to be tapped in with them, man. Definitely need to be tapped in. Okay, so talk to me, Mikey. What do you see yourself 3 years from now? We know you want to be a journalist, whether it's MLB or NBA. But let me ask you this. Would you prefer to, I mean, obviously you'll take any position as far as a career, but would you prefer to work for a team that you actually root for?
I think I would right now, and I don't know if that would change if I got the position, but because I'm so passionate about sports and the teams that I follow, that's the reason I think I really would enjoy it. Because if I wrote for let's say the Braves or Hawks, if I can speak to the players, ask them questions in press conferences, or just be able to get the ins and outs of different statistics, speaking to owners, speaking to the broadcasters, or if that's me, the broadcaster speaking to the players, I think that's just my ultimate goal as far as employment for the future. I know as far as starting point, I'll need to work my way up there, which is why I think any job in sports that's close to the media or public relations dealing with sports is as far as an inroad. I think that's where my plan is right now.
I like it, Mikey. I like it. Hey, I think you're gonna make it, man, because you way more professional than I am, man. And I hope you make it. I can slide you a couple questions, like Mikey. Hey, ask this. Just
I got you. Yeah,
clean the question up a little bit, but ask. But okay, so now, last two questions, Mr. Mike. Give me your thoughts on the past season, what you saw from the Hawks. Did you see any improvement What didn't you like about this past season? And then when you finish that, our last question is going to be, what's your thoughts on the upcoming season? What would you like to see happen for our Atlanta Hawks?
Gotcha. All right. So as far as this season, obviously we didn't make our goal. We didn't hit our goal of being a top 6 seed, finishing at 500, one of the most 500 teams in league history. But
we're getting more average than what we did last year.
I will say one thing. We ended the season on a good note. I'm really proud of the guys, how they battled the Celtics, especially when we knew how much we struggled guarding the perimeter and the Celtics shoot a ton of threes. I think we fought against them really well, made the series competitive. Glad Trey kind of shook off those the playoff the narrative around Trey that he can't play in the playoffs because he had one bad series one year in the playoffs for the Heat last year. But I think my biggest thing last season,
it was awful last year,
yes.
Mike. It was awful, not bad. Let's keep it real.
It was awful, but I really glad the way Trey Young played in the playoffs this year. I think overall, for me, this season, when we added DeJounte Murray, I was really excited because I knew we were getting a guy that had a reputation as a lockdown defender who can score in the mid-range, who can get to the paint. And yes, his three-point shot, his catch and shoot left a little bit to be desired. But for me, I think that's where we saw the biggest improvement in DeJounte Murray's game.
Yeah.
We saw him improve to a mid-30s catch and shoot three-point shooter from the majority of the season. That mid-range shot was cash. And he provided what we lacked in that Miami series. Another guy who can hit the pressure off of Trey to attack the paint and make quick decisions. Now, we need him to attack the paint a bit more next season. We do.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that kind of was a letdown this year was actually Murray's defense. And don't get it twisted. I love what Murray brought to the table offensively on this team and his havoc in the passing lanes. So I really think Murray fits with Trey offensively. I really do. But defensively, I hope we can see a more focused, less type of gambling from DeJounte Murray next year as far as on-ball point of attack defense. I think if we see the Murray that we thought we were getting on-ball defensively, I really think this team can take a significant jump up defensively with Hunter guarding the wings and Murray guarding the guards. If we add some defenders in free agency, whether or through trades, I think we could really see this team defend a lot better next season.
Mikey, I like what you said. But we're gonna finish this discussion later in the Twitter chat. But I like what you said. But hey, that's all the questions I have for you, Mikey. Hey, family, we're gonna make sure we drop Mikey's YouTube channel link. We're gonna drop it. We're gonna have it in a comment section below. So y'all make sure, if y'all haven't subscribed to his channel, y'all make sure y'all go over there and do that, man. We gotta start supporting our local fans who trying to build something here. We always complain. We always complain about how the media doesn't follow not just the Hawks. I mean, not counting the Braves, but the Hawks and the Falcons. We sit here and complain about the coverage that we get from national media. So when you got guys like Mikey who's trying to build something here as a legit fan of the teams that we support, we got to support these guys. So make sure y'all tap in, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Mike, you got any last words, homie?
Not really. I want to thank you, Damon, for the shout out, and let's see when it's draft season in a few weeks. Let's see if this Hawks off season can get kickstarted with some interesting trades or free agent signings. We'll see.
We shall see. Shout out Jaylen Brown to Atlanta. Make it happen.
Yes,
thanks for coming up here, Mike. I appreciate you, man.
Yep, no problem. Thanks. Peace.